has Lauren Southern defected to the left? That was the first thing that came to my mind when I saw the title of her new video about giving a speech at the EU. I'm like, ooh, going to the EU, that doesn't sound too good. And I'm looking in the comments to see what people thought, because I was kind of wondering what's going on. And the comments seem to be divided 50-50. Some people liked the speech, some people hated the speech. And so I'm like, okay, I'll watch it for myself and form my own opinion of what she's trying to do. I'm thinking maybe the people who made the most negative comments didn't watch it the whole way through. They just looked at the title and flipped. So I watched the entire thing, and it was a good speech. And I think she did well, and she brought out the points very well. I mean, of course, it's reasonable to say, yes, the migrants are really victims. They have been invited by these governments, and they really didn't have any facilities to help them, and now there is a humanitarian crisis, definitely. But I think the problem that she made is she's acting like, she's like, oh, I'm going to distance myself from the right, but I don't think she understands what the right is. The right is not against immigration. We're just against illegal immigration. We're just against lawlessness. And there's definitely a humanitarian crisis. I agree. And so I didn't think she said anything that was really against what she had believed in the past. The fact that the country's resources are finite, and like I said, with just too many people, there just aren't enough jobs to go around. There just aren't enough facilities. And these leftists, they're out virtue signaling, saying, oh, see how nice I am, I welcomed a migrant. And then after that, they felt good about themselves. Those leftists went home and forgot all about the migrants. The migrants are out there freezing to death and starving. So there's definitely a problem with these leftists who wanted to welcome all the migrants in and then did not want to take care of them once they got there. After all, leftists, there's still a thing called adoption. You could adopt, I don't know, 50, 100 apiece, and take them up in your home, and then that would be perfectly legal immigration. But see, you won't see the left do this, because the left does not want to disrupt their cushy life, because they're not really humanitarians. The left is authoritarian, and they want to just use the poor migrants to topple their political opposition. That's it. And make themselves feel like they are compassionate in the process. So, I said, so Lauren's entire speech was good. So I said, I think the people who were really hard on her jumped the gun. They didn't watch the whole thing. But I said, the fact that she acted like she was, somehow changing must have mean, like I said, I didn't know if she had any harder views than she appeared to. But that was the thing. And then afterward, they had a few people in the EU group asking her some questions. And I thought it was funny, this one woman, she seemed like a British lady and blonde hair, she was saying, she was starting to use all the conservative talking points. She was saying, oh, Macron and Merkel, they are to blame for this, and they signed this agreement, and they made everyone come, and they ruined their lives, and we are blaming them, and we got to stop it, and we have traitors in here in the EU Parliament. And I'm like, whoa, maybe it sounds like that EU woman is getting red-pilled. I thought that was funny. So maybe it's not that Lauren is getting blue-pilled, but maybe the EU is getting red-pilled, especially since I've been hearing they're about to collapse, and that their election's coming up, and they stand to lose a lot and become more conservative. So perhaps they are jumping the gun, trying to go over to the conservative side to save their own political careers. But whatever the case, it was nice to hear them at least say something good and reasonable. But like I said, as for Lauren, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see if she's going over to the mainstream or not. But at this point, I would say not yet. I mean, maybe she's transitioning over to the left. We shall see. But I want to be fair to her, and like I said, she needs to be fair to the conservatives. The conservatives are not against immigration, and the conservatives know the migrants are people just like anyone else. I mean, if she thought they weren't people, then that's her problem. But that does not reflect the conservative right at all. But anyway, we do respect the work Lauren Southern's done. She's taken quite a bit of guff, and I mean, I'm sure anybody who experienced the level of discrimination and harassment that she has had to put up with, and, you know, the danger, would probably likely go left just to have a peaceful life. But we'll see. We'll keep watching, and we'll keep hoping for the best, and thank you for watching. Let freedom ring.